Okay, I want to talk to you guys about something really big today, something really important. It's the red gold rush. People are already touting it as the next big mega trend. You see, copper's not just an industrial metal anymore. The boring metal has, fueled an unprecedented demand surge in the past 2 months. And the real money making opportunity is maybe somewhere where no one is looking for. It's in the companies which you never even heard of, the under the radar companies. And why are these companies getting into it? Well, it's because one of the India's biggest companies, Vedanta's chairman has announced that the world is about to consume more copper than it has ever before. So I spent some time down the rabbit hole and uncovered the basics of the story. In fact, I'm on my way to the recording room to cover a whole story around it. So enjoy.
What's up guys, welcome back to the new video. I'm your host Yash from Equity Master, trying to make markets simpler for you. Thank you for tuning in every week, it means a lot. Before we move on, please note that this video is for information purposes only. It's not a stock recommendation and should not be treated as such. There's no opinion or view on any stock covered herein. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the ongoing red gold rush. With all the renewed optimism around copper in the past 2 months, it's time to revisit the story and take a look at what's happening in this commodity space. But first, let's look at the basics of the commodity industry. You see, in the commodity space, demand-supply equation plays an important role. Higher demand or lower supply drives prices up, while oversupply or reduced demand pushes them down. For example, oil prices often spike during geopolitical tensions as there's reduced supply, and oil prices drop when there's an economic slowdown because the demand is lower at that time. So, when the chairman of Vedanta, one of the world's leading natural resource companies, tweeted that the world is about to consume more copper than it has in its entire history, we spent some time down the rabbit hole and tried to find out the companies, Indian companies basically, which are undertaking efforts in this emerging space. Less than a month ago, we wrote to you about the 5 stocks that could possibly benefit from the copper boom. My colleague Zil from Equity Master even recorded a video around it outlining the plans of big companies like Hindustan Copper, Vedanta, Hindalco, Bhagyanagar Industries and Kiri Industries. So in today's video, we are going to look at some under the radar companies that could possibly benefit from this ongoing red gold rush. Please note that not all these companies may be into copper manufacturing, rather they form a part of the diverse copper ecosystem. You can think about copper rods, copper finished goods, among other products. Also, some of these companies are microcaps and have a lower market cap. So this video does not imply any view on any of these stocks. They are not stock recommendations. Let's jump right in. The first stock on this list is Nava. Nava is engaged in several businesses including manufacturing metals, power, mining, agribusiness and healthcare. The company operates Zambia's only integrated thermal power plant with an installed capacity of 300 megawatts. As part of its capex plans, Nava is currently looking to double this capacity to 600 megawatts, which is on track for completion by the end of 2026. How is Nava involved in the copper ecosystem, you ask? Well, Zambia is a natural resource country. In fact, copper was the main reason why Zambia prospered in the first decade of its independence. This image by Visual Capitalist shows the top copper producers in the world, and Zambia accounts for almost 4% of the overall share. In July 2024, Nava's step-down subsidiary in Zambia, Mamba Collieries, was issued 2 large-scale exploration licenses. These exploration licenses will be valid for 4 years period, and during this time, Mamba is expected to carry out exploration of around 8,200 hectares to ascertain the mineable resources. As Nava implements this business plan in the coming years, there's a good chance that the company may do something towards copper. It will be interesting to see what the company's management has to say about this in the next conference call. Coming to Nava's financials, for the most recent September 2024 quarter, the company posted a consolidated net profit of 330 crore rupees, a growth of 72% year-on-year. This was on the back of strong operational performance across all segments. In financial year 24, Nava posted record high sales and profit along with getting its net debt-free status at both standalone and consolidated basis. The long-term debt at the company's subsidiary Mamba Collieries was fully repaid 2.5 years ahead of its schedule. Going forward, the company's mining division is expected to see traction as the center initiates lithium mining and other activities. Meanwhile, Nava's management has also highlighted that they are exploring renewable energy opportunities, particularly in solar and wind. In November 2024, the company's board gave approval to split its shares. Nava will now be splitting its stock from a face value of Rs 2 per share into 1 per share. The record date for the same is yet to be decided. Moving on, the next stock on this list is Baroda Extrusion. Baroda Extrusion is into manufacturing of copper finished goods, extrusion products and trading in ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Over the years, the company's effort towards turning copper into shape have gone unnoticed. In its annual report for financial year 24, the company has mentioned that in the electric vehicle space, it has begun participating in product development and supply to selected customers in cooling as well as copper sealing segments. Coming to its financials, barring financial year 22, Baroda Extrusion has reported losses in 10 out of the past 11 years. However, the company could possibly turn a corner this year as it has posted a profit in the first 2 quarters of financial year 25. Apart from shaky financials, the company's promoter holding has also come down in the past 2 years. It remains to be seen if the company could actually turn around its operations this year. Here's how the company's stock price has performed in the past 1 year. Moving on, the third stock on this list is Madhav Copper. Madhav Copper manufactures copper bus bars, copper rods, copper fabricated products, enameled copper wire, paper covered products, and among other things related to copper. During financial year 2022, the company's business suffered extensively and after years of reporting steady profits, it posted a loss of Rs 2 crores. The year following that, in financial year 23, the losses expanded as the company came under scrutiny for GST invasion. Due to this investigation, it was not able to generate any revenues. Things came back to normal in financial year 24 as it was able to generate a profit of 1 crore once its manufacturing capacities were back to full force. During financial year 24, the company set up a copper furnace and started production. This resulted into added capacity to its already existing manufacturing capacity. It also paved the way for Madhav Copper to manufacture new products like copper bus bars, copper stripes, oxygen-free copper rods, and fiberglass copper conductors. As things stand now, Madhav Copper has posted a profit in the first 2 quarters of financial year 2025. Promoter holding of the company stands at 66.3%, with the rest of the holding held by public shareholders. Here's how the stock price has performed in the past 1 year. Moving on, the next stock on this list is Bonlon Industries. The company is involved in the business of manufacturing and trading of metal and copper. It mainly manufactures plastic insulated power cables and its plant is located in Rajasthan. These cables are then supplied to buyers in India as well as outside India, mainly in the UAE and Nigeria. The company also sublets a hotel going by its latest annual report. In Jan 2024, Bonlon decided to undertake a big expansion and laid out plans for manufacturing aluminum rods and ingots. For this, it's setting up a plant in Maharashtra. At that time, the management had guided for an annual turnover of Rs 200 crores to Rs 250 crores from this new plant. Coming to its financials, the company's net sales and net profit have grown at a compounded annual growth rate of 39% and 6% respectively in the past 3 years. In the first 2 quarters of financial year 2025, Bonlon Industries has reported a substantial improvement from the year ago period. In the past 1 year, shares of the company have remained range bound. Moving on, the fifth stock on this list is Sunlight Recycling. Sunlight Recycling manufactures copper rods and wires, copper earthing strips, copper conductors, copper wire bars, among other products through recycling of copper scrap. These products have electrical and mechanical properties suitable for applications in power generation, transmission, distribution, and electronic industries. Most of the revenue is generated through copper rods. It has a manufacturing facility in Kheda, Gujarat spanning 12,150 square meters and it is equipped with over 20 machines for producing a wide range of copper products. This manufacturing unit uses copper-based metal scrap as the raw material, which then the company sources from global suppliers in Saudi Arabia, UAE, as well as USA and India. Coming to its financials, the company almost doubled its profit in the first half of financial year 24 compared to the year ago period. Sunlight Recycling came out with its IPO this year, which saw huge demand from investors due to some obvious reasons. The IPO was subscribed over 200 times and subsequently, shares of the company made a stellar debut by listing at over 90% from its issue price. As part of its expansion plans, the company is constructing a new factory targeting the commissioning by February 2025. This facility will be forced to produce advanced copper products essential for the power generation, transmission and electronic industries. It's also in the process of launching two new copper products, copper bus bars and ATC copper and conductor wires. The ATC product is crucial for solar cable manufacturing, so this segment could see a traction as India's solar industry grows. The company is also investing another 6 crores as part of its capex to acquire advanced machinery and infrastructure. Here's how the stock price has performed since its recent listing. Moving on, the last stock on this list is Cubex Tubings. Cubex Tubings manufactures seamless solid drawn tubes, rods, bus bars and wires of copper and copper-based alloys. In the past 5 years, the company has seen a sharp improvement in its revenue while profits have also grown consistently. Going forward, the company is banking on the income from the export segment as it believes there's a huge export potential for copper alloy extrusions. In its annual report, the company has mentioned that there is a huge market for supply of specialized copper and nickel tubes to desalination plants in the Middle East. This opens up a whole new segment for the company, which holds a lot of promises in Europe and USA. The company claims to be the only company in India to manufacture this type of tubes. Here's how the stock price has performed in the past 1 year. So there you go guys, these were some of the little known companies involved in the copper ecosystem. Believe it or not, there's a structural long-term demand for copper as the metal is a key component used in electric vehicles and renewable energy infrastructure including hydroelectricity, wind turbines and solar panels. Fact of the matter is, EVs require copper, AI wants copper and EV batteries want copper. For context, electric vehicles require nearly 3 times the copper of conventional cars, while copper wiring is the lifeline of solar panels. However, it's not all rosy because India has its own set of problems when it comes to copper. The poster boy Vedanta and its Sterlite plant in Tamil Nadu was shut down due to environmental concerns and protests in the year 2018. Now, again after 6 years, Vedanta has put its focus back on copper, this time at a different country, Saudi Arabia. In conclusion, the increasing adoption of clean energy technologies is expected to drive a substantial surge in demand over the next few years. Copper is known as Dr. Copper by commodity traders for the simple reason that without it, nothing is possible. All being said, it's crucial to recognize that copper industry could get highly competitive in the years ahead. So do thorough research before making any financial decisions. Investors should also take corporate governance into account as part of the due diligence process when evaluating potential investments. That's it for today guys. Don't forget to like this video and share it with like-minded investors and make them smart as you are. Hope you have a good rest of the day and I'll see you in the next video. For more details on this story, check out my article with the link provided in description below. Happy investing!